What is up, everybody? This is Vicious here, and I wanted to make a video because there seems to be this narrative going around that my boy Grappler is like bottom tier on DNF Duel. Honestly, I think Grappler is like top 5 material, and I've been saying this since the second beta. On the first beta, I thought that he was pretty like whack, but then I was shown how good he could be on the second beta. And you know, even at the end of the first beta, I was like, you know, Grappler kind of nice, but I think it's worth exploring like why people might think that way, and why I think that, you know, he's actually top 5 material. So let's go ahead and go to Selva, because I believe this is Hitman's worst matchup, and I'm trying to do this in as few cuts as I possibly can, because I'm not trying to make this an overly edited video. A friend of mine wanted me to make a video on why I think that Grappler is top 5 material, and you know, that's because they're playing with Grappler right now and they lose to me, which is silly. You know, I played a lot of matches on the beta, so you know, if you lose to me, it's because I'm, you know, used to the knowledge. So anyway, let me go to the gauge settings, right? So off the rip, I want to be at 100% meter, and the reason why I want to be at 100% meter is because I want to prove a point to you guys. Grappler doesn't need a hell of a lot of meter to do big damage combos, alright? And I don't remember what's his most damaging combo off the top of my head. I only know a few combos that, you know, I think of that work quite often, and he does a lot of damage with them, like so. Whoops, sorry. Sorry again. Just waking up. Damn it. Alright. So that was 422 damage. And the lowest health in the game is 850. So I would have to do this technique, what, 2 times, and then do like 2 touches. I would need to do 1, 2. I would need to do standing A, B to kill somebody like Swift Master if I were to connect that. That's not like a small feat. That's actually, like I said, it's a lot of damage. And don't let me get to the corner where it's much easier. This is a combo I used in the beta all the time. You know what I mean? 420. You know, I didn't even have to jump in. I just had to surprise them with a grab. And like the combo trial showed me in this game. Sorry, not used to doing this combo just yet. It's like level 8 in the combo trial or something. God damn it. Well, the idea is you're supposed to grab the motherfucker. And I'm going to do it, damn it. It's not even that it's high execution, it's just like weird timing to me, because I'm not used to doing this specifically. Come on. Honestly, I'd rather do this. I'd rather do that, not spend like any more at all. But like this right here. Let's see how much damage this does. This is an awakening, right? So obviously I should have more meter, but remember that awakening doesn't spend any meter. That's 623 damage. He's almost at awakening when you do that. But let's do the other version, if I can. You know when it's gonna work when he hits. You gotta hit that shit like right at the apex of that. So that was 470, and I think that's the most damage you can get at 420. But you know, don't quote me on that. By the way, let me go ahead. edge that down a little bit. So grappler, a lot of people are having trouble in neutral, right? And I'm done talking about the damage. I think you guys get the point with the damage. A lot of people have trouble in neutral with grappler, and I think within good reason. You know, look at Hitman and his very far-reaching moves, right? Far-reaching normals. Let's just call it S a normal. This is the bane of grappler's existence, right? And we'll get to that here in a second, but we'll go ahead and cancel this for now. So, yeah, like I said, Hitman has far range, and while grappler inches closer as he does his 5B, it's not the furthest reaching move, and it doesn't recover the fastest, right? I don't know how fast the jabs are. Honestly, if you ask me, they're about the same speed, but my friend was having trouble with that. I can't confirm or deny that, but let's talk about the other neutral tools that grappler has. So let's say you got Hitman, right? You got Hitman, and you know he's doing all sorts of stuff. He does this little shit where he does like multiple hits of damage, and he has a DP, you know, things like that and the like. So let's like do some regular Hitman stuff. Like, I don't know, let's do these. Alright, so I recorded that action, and you might say, man, those footsies are crazy. Where do I go from here? Personally, I like running with 6 or forward MS, because it has armor, and when you hit on counter, it bounces you off the wall. So you can do this shit right here. That was half of his life off of one mistake. One mistake. In Awakening, you gotta remember, almost call him Muscle Man. Grappler does not get stronger. He just takes less, I think he takes like less white damage or something like that. So like overall, his health just goes down less, if I understand it correctly. Actually, let's look just to be sure. Reduce white damage received while guarding. Okay, you know what? So that's right. Gotcha. While guarding, that makes sense. He receives less damage while guarding, so he has like less chip damage done to him overall. But yeah, so that was one thing that I do. Another thing that I do, oops, is doing his held 2S, because it has unlimited armor, just like his tackle. And it takes a little bit of timing, but look what you get off of it. You know, and actually, I didn't get enough like white damage to. How did that combo go? I'm supposed to cancel in the middle. There we go. Yep. That's, again, half of his life is gone, you know? And a lot of people say, well, a couple of my friends say, yeah, I don't know about him. He seems weak. Like, he can do so much damage to you, you know? The worst thing is getting hit by one of these motherfuckers. This is what you gotta watch out for, right? And you know why you gotta watch out for it? Because it goes through. Hold on a second. It goes through your armor attacks, right? And you know, thank goodness Charge has as big of a hitbox as it does, because he would never get past that. And I want you to know, like, in that position where, you know, we traded, I'm still at an advantage there. You know, I could just get up and pressure him more to the corner. Like, you don't want to be in the corner with grappler. You don't want to be pushed to the corner in general with, like, any character, is my firm belief. But, you know, in the event that traded, I just got knocked down. He got hit against the wall, and he bounced off. But enough about that. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about how when you hold his 5S, that grab right there, it has 3 hits of armor. So like if somebody doesn't know any better, they could be, you know, afraid that you might do something else. Like you might do the charge or you might do the kick. They might try and jump over or something along those lines, right? So they could jump over, but if you have, let's see, actually, go ahead and set it for jump. They jump over. Oh, wait a second. Can you not cancel that? Okay, I guess you can't cancel that, so scratch that. Anyway, like, it's a risk. It's a risk, so I'll say that right now. It's a risk. And I was theory crafting that you could, you know, cancel a grab in my head, but I guess you can't. So I learned something in this video too. Like, can you cancel this? Nah, you most certainly can't. So you can't cancel the grabs, but that's completely fine because even if you miss, grappler still has like some of the highest health in the game, so it's not going to be like the worst thing ever. And if they're in the air, they could be panicking or they could be jumping behind you. Who knows? Against better players, I don't like to use the grab as much, especially when it's telegraphed with 5B. I normally try to do something like that because of the low amount of hit stun and block stun that his 5A and his 2A have. And here's another thing. I was told that he doesn't have good staggering abilities, but honestly, I don't know about that because, alright, so is there a counterattack measure here? Guard all, guard change, shuffle, guard cancel, always, guard break. Wait, guard break always. Oh, that was grab break. Counter. Let's see. I'm trying to see if I can set it to counterattack. That would be nice. Well, doesn't look like I can set it for that, but whatever. Anyway, this is still going to prove like somewhat of a point. So normally, I guess your staggers would be in a fighting game, it'd be like a jab or something along those lines, and that's fine. But in this game, you just sort of have to complete a motion. I think the most safest thing to do with grappler is to do neck break, which is his 6S. It does a lot of damage, as you can see, to guard stamina, especially when you hold it. It brings them back in, and it does combo into the command grab there, his 4M. But if you don't want to go that far, you can jab. Like, if you want the most of the match completing routes, you can just jab and then you do 280 damage. 280 damage isn't a small amount of damage. Hitman just has a healthy, good amount of health. You know what I mean? And let's do a quick character change. Let's go to one of the characters that people think is one of the strongest characters in the game. Let's go to Swiftmaster, who in turn also has some of the lowest health. You know, it's 280, but it's still like a lot of health, and you can do that relatively quickly. You know, I don't know who would just like stop, you know, to DP that, and if they DP, then they've used their MP. That's how I see it personally. Another thing I wanted to tell you about, probably the last thing I'll tell you about, is his 5MS is ridiculous, right? So here's a normal one, and here's when you press forward after hitting 5MS. It goes a good distance, and it's great for combos. You side switch with it, and everything. In the beta, I was just using the regular 5MS. You know what I mean? I was like, damn, how is this supposed to work when it's not in the corner? Like, oh, that's how. You just gotta, you know, be good. You gotta be good and tilt it forward, which I don't believe they actually said anything about that in the manual that they gave us. And I don't know why I can't hit this anymore. Because I'm camera shy, I guess. Grappler has easy access to his super, by the way. Like, I didn't even realize you could super off of this kick that he does. But, you know, it is what it is. And I lied to you. There are some things I'm going to talk about. So Grappler has an air grab that does a decent amount of damage. And guess what? If you're standing up, you know how you duck normally when somebody's jumping attacking you? Or I'm sorry, when you duck. You know how you stand up normally when somebody's jumping attacking at you? They're jumping at you and they're attacking because you can only block standing up. Well, Grappler kind of has a mix there, right? You know? He could just, actually, let me see if this works. This is like an experiment. No, that doesn't work. I was about to say, that'd be tight if he could, you know, cancel into his grab. So, he can grab you while you're standing up, and he's in the air. And it does 250 damage, evidently. This is good because people will stand up, and it kind of forces them to think, man, maybe should I DP or should I roll? And I'm not even sure if this catches rolls. Let's see. Let's see here. Doesn't seem like it. I don't think it does because grabs can be caught by rolls. Or rolls can catch grabs. Just like that right there. But yeah, so those are all things to consider with Grappler. I'm not saying that, you know, he can beat anybody like, you know, 10-0 in a matchup, but honestly, he does so much damage off of like starters that are so easy to get. Like, you know how easy it is to like hit somebody who's mashing like most Swift Masters are doing with their 5 AA and like 5 Bs? You just go up and take the guard all off. Just go up and half life gone. Like, it's just as simple as that. And if you get good, damn it, I messed up right there. If you get good, if you get good, you could do something that does a lot of damage. I give up. I need to practice on that. But I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm tripping? Do you think that this anti-air is worthless too, even though it starts off, you know, giving you so much damage and so many options to follow up afterwards? Honestly, I think he's top 5 material just at the beginning of the game, the beginning of the release of this game. But if you guys have any other, like, you know, questions or anything along those lines, like, do you think that this character is actually still weak? Let me know what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Hans, fuck you.